Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me and my delegation to be part of this historical summit here in Djibouti. Let me take this opportunity to thank my older brother, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele, for the warm welcome and hospitality accorded to me and my delegation. It's an extraordinary honor for me and surely for all Somalis that we are here today to convene our historic talks on Somali's future here in Djibouti, following our last meeting in Addis Ababa with my brother Musa Bixi. The Somali government and its people also express true and sincere gratitude to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, my brother, His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed, who organized and arranged for me our first meeting with my brother Musa Bixi in Addis Ababa. We thank you, Dr. Abiy, for your support and commitment on resuming the talks between the two parties. Let me also extend my gratitude to the most senior diplomat, the United States Ambassador to Somalia, His Excellency Donald Yamamoto, for his role and commitment to ensure these historical talks to take place here in Djibouti. He really worked hard, day in and day out, to make sure that this conference finally come to fruition. I would also like to recognize the contributions of all other members here. Indeed, we are here today to open a long-awaited historical talk between federal government of Somalia and Somaliland government to renew our commitment for open and honest dialogue on future relations to achieve long-lasting peace and prosperity for our society. Federal government of Somalia is committed to address all outstanding issues and bridge the gap between the two sides. It was 20 years ago today when the historic Arta conference was held here in Djibouti, following 10 years of civil war in Somalia, and several unsuccessful reconciliation processes took place in the region. Thanks to the leadership of His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele, who finally succeeded to host the Somali Reconciliation Conference in 2000, which paved the way the formation of new Somali government. Now, again, we are here, and we thank you, my brother Gele, for hosting similar dialogue after 20 years, which we are all grateful for, and it is indeed another historic epic in the making, which require us to have the necessary courage and determination to take advantage of your tireless effort to help us. And yet, my brother Bixi and I are here to make very tough decisions so that our people will have a better and future and prosperous future. I thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, Ma'alini Wanaksan. I am immensely delighted to be in this beautiful city of Djibouti, to once again enjoy the generous hospitality of my elder brother and friend, President Ismail Omar Gole. I am equally pleased to be with my dear brothers and neighbors, President Mohammed Abdullahi Farmajo and President Musa Bixi. Today, this important gathering of the leaders of the Horn of Africa gives me a good opportunity to reflect on the significance of peace, genuine reconciliation, mutual beneficial cooperation, and security. In fact, this is a family gathering more than anything else. I always say our countries are joined by one umbilical cord. We are blood brothers, and we must be proud of that. Dear brothers, the Horn of Africa has experienced prolonged periods of bad governance and failed leadership. We are too familiar with the destruction, displacement, and the decades of economic backwardness generated by senseless conflict. We need to change course and start a new era. We need to cultivate hope and build a better future for our people. As an integral part of the one family, the Somali people constitute one of the largest and most resilient people in the Horn of Africa. Somalis are largely energetic, dynamic, independent-minded, and entrepreneurial, also friendly. After decades of conflict and despair, Somalis are yearning for charismatic, visionary leadership that can galvanize their spirit, strengths, and resource, and rally them to a future of prosperity and peace. With the commitment of putting differences aside for mutual growth, the leadership is you. As a family and neighbors whose people have been pitted against each other for decades, whose people have been deprived of a stable environment for social and economic development and peaceful coexistence, whose people have been forced to endure in a state of perpetual poverty, we must understand that huge benefits are to be gained from investing in peace, reconciliation, and integration. My brother, Muhammad and Musa, you have choices to make today to embrace the spirit of forgiveness, reconciliation, and genuine healing, and unleash the power of your people. The leadership you make will also have profound impact on our region and set an example to other regions of Africa. A reconciled, peaceful, and prosperous Somalia had the potential to become a formidable economic powerhouse. Somalia is endowed with abundant natural resources, that longest coastline in Africa, rich marine resources, fertile productive agricultural land, ample livestock assets, and untapped mineral deposits such as uranium, petroleum, and gas. Therefore, to fully harness the abundant human and natural resources, a reconciled, democratic, stable, and peaceful Somalia state is very critical. At the dawn of the 21st century, the Horn of Africa cannot remain trapped in internal conflict, ethnic divides, violence, and poverty. The countries of the Horn of Africa combined possess immense natural and human resources, economic potential, and a year-round favorable climate, which, if positively exploited, could enhance our geopolitical position. Together, we can pool our resources to break the vicious cycle of poverty and despair and uplift the lives of our people. This is why I believe your brotherhood is the engine of our regional integration. Dear brothers, Muhammad and Musa, this year moment, nations are transformed by visionary and courageous leaders. As leaders of this great people, you have the power to shape the destiny of your people, the power to translate into achievable goals the big dreams and hopes of your fellow citizens. Your strength lies in your solidarity. Together, you can rise as a nation and overcome monumental challenges. I urge you to seize the moment and look forward to a future of peace and prosperity for the Somali people. Both Brother Ismail and I are genuinely interested to work hand in hand with our brothers and neighbors to finally settle their differences through genuine reconciliation, forgiveness, and accommodation. This is what the traditional norms and regulations of here demands from you. There is no any other way other than coming together and talk for peace and reconciliation. Guided by virtues of the Muddamar philosophy and in the spirit of good neighborliness, mutual cooperation, open borders, integrated economies, peaceful coexistence, we can certainly rise together